What up, guys? The Bench Buddies are back with my NFL Week 12 power rankings. And at the bottom here, you see that the Jaguars are moving up six after a huge win over those Chargers, who moved down 7 spots in this week's power rankings. But let's jump into it here. 32 through 29, they all stay the same. They all lose. Some close games there for the Titans, Giants, and Browns, all with chances to win late, but they just couldn't get it done. Cam Ward leads his team down the field to tie the game, but the defense unfortunately gives up the game-winning field goal. Raiders looked lost most of the nights. The Cowboys dominated. Giants were in this one against the Packers, but just couldn't complete the comeback late as Jameis throws a pick in the end zone. And then the Browns, were winning this one, and then Gabriel got knocked out, and Shador, unfortunately, gets his first game time action, but unfortunately just couldn't get the job done. And those Raiders and Browns play each other this week for a huge game there in the Toilet Bowl. Giants go on the road to face the Lions. Good luck there. Seahawks come to town in Nashville. Good luck there. 25 through 28. Unfortunately, these teams are just playing for picks at this point. Commanders move up one after an overtime loss to the Dolphins because the Falcons, they played the Panthers well, but they lose in overtime. But Penix done for the season. Unfortunately, Kirk's coming in here, and this offense is struggling. Drake London got hurt in this one. They do get the Saints this week on the road, which could be a good game there for both those teams as they look to put up a win. Someone's got to win that game. And speaking of those Saints at 27, I think Tyler Shuck could really prove to a lot of people here in the last few weeks of the season that he can be the guy moving forward. Talking about being the guy, it's going to be Tyrod Taylor for the Jets after their loss to the Patriots. They've seen enough of Justin Fields that they're going with Tyrod here in Week 12 against the Ravens. 24 through 21, Dolphins at 21 with their win. They move up one spot. Vikings, unfortunately, another close loss. They fall to 22 here. They go into Lambeau in what feels like a must-win game, not just to keep up in the North, but to keep up in the playoff hunt. Bengals playoff chances take a huge hit after their loss to the Steelers. The schedule does not favor them any bit here as they get the Patriots at home, which is a must-win game for them. Then the Cardinals lose. They move up one, but this offense looked pretty good against the Niners defense. Jacoby Brissett obviously set an NFL record for most completions in an NFL game, and he lose by 19 points. Says something about that defense and how much the 49ers were cooking in this one. But give Brissett his flowers there, that he had a pretty decent game there. Just unfortunate that it didn't come in a win. 17 through 20. Texans, it was a win, but without Stroud, this team doesn't look as good. You can clearly see that. They get the Bills at home on Thursday. Stroud's already ruled out here on Tuesday night, and that's why I'm moving them down here. Just I think it's precautionary because they got that win. They're 5-5, but could be a big one there for the Texans if they can somehow pull off an upset. 19 are the Cowboys. They move up one, demolish the Raiders through the air. Obviously played with heavy hearts after losing a teammate out of the bye week. They get the Eagles this week at home, which is a pretty big game for them if they want to get back into this playoff race because they are 500 right now, but they get that win over the Eagles. It knocks the Eagles down a little bit because they're pretty much running away with this division. It feels like, obviously the Cowboys are here, and you've seen the Commanders. They're already up in smoke, and the Giants are done. So Cowboys, they have to win this game if they want to have a chance to win the NFC East. Talk about winning a division. The Panthers are at 6-5 with the Bucks losing last week. They're throwing their hat right back in the ring here. They go to San Francisco, huge game there. Got to get that win if they want to win the NFC South this year. Then at 17, Steelers find another way to win. Rodgers gets hurt in this one. Optimistic that he is going to play Week 12 against the Bears in Chicago. He does own the Bears because he played for the Packers and felt like he never lost to them. So I would want to play this game too if I was Aaron Rodgers. 13 through 16, Chargers move all the way down to 13 after their really bad loss to the Jaguars. I think it's just something against the Jaguars, this franchise. The playoff loss a few years ago. This game, really bad. They head into the bye, I think, very happy, though, with where they're at in the season, 7-4. Marion Hampton looks like he is going to be back in week 13. So that's a big boost for that running game because that has struggled at times. And the defense has been really good, except for this Jaguars game. So a good week to reset here for the Chargers. Ravens, somehow a win in this one. It wasn't pretty, but it was a must-need to win there on the road. They get the favorable schedule here these few weeks. Obviously, the Browns, now the Jets at home. Got to win that one and get themselves back into that wild card race and the AFC North race as well. Packers, my Packers won, but I'm moving them down 2 spots because it wasn't a good performance. Love played awesome. The stats may not say so, but the throws he was making was great. But the play calling is still an issue there for LaFleur. Questionable decisions on second down and third down, and then take a shot on third instead of second. So they got to figure that out here as they have a division opponent coming into town in the Vikings. Talk about a team that just beat the Vikings. It's the Bears at 16. They stay put. I'm not sold on this team until they can beat an opponent like the Steelers. Now, if they beat the Steelers at home, they're definitely entering my top 10 next week just because of how good this team is, unless it's like a game-winning field goal at the end and they squeak by. But the Bears got to show me that they can dominate some of these good teams. 9 through 12. And we'll start at 12. Jaguars move up 6 spots after, like I said, demolishing the Chargers. This week they travel to Arizona, which could be a letdown spot for them. I don't think it will be because this Jaguars team started to click on offense, and adding Jakobi Meyers helps a lot with the Brian Thomas injury. Um, Parker Washington stepped up a little bit. Brenton Strange is back. Travis Etienne and Tootin played great in this one, so hopefully the Jaguars can keep that momentum going. The Bucks score 32 on the Bills, and it's still not enough as Josh Allen just takes over in that one. Baker played good enough. Uh, Sean Tucker out of nowhere had his legacy game, and it wasn't enough. And to get rewarded, you get a primetime game against the Rams on the road in what feels like a huge game because if they lose this one, Panthers win. I mean, Panthers in first place in that division. So Bucks slowly catching up on them here. They can't afford these losses here in these big games. Talk about losses in big games. That's all the Chiefs have done this year, it feels like. They're back to 500 after a tough loss on the road to Denver. And what do you get rewarded with? A home game against the hottest team possibly in the AFC in the Indianapolis Colts. So this Chiefs team, I don't know how they're going to do it. They're probably going to make the playoffs somehow. It's going to be ugly, but Chiefs have their backs up against the wall this whole year, and we're really seeing what they're made of here. They're fighting in every game, but it just hasn't been enough at this point in the season. I'm surprised they didn't make a move at running back for the deadline. I think that could come back and haunt them when it's all said and done. And the Lions at number 9, they kept it close with the Eagles, but this offense just, Jared Goff was seeing ghosts out there. It looks like he was back to LA, Jared Goff, before the Super Bowl run. He looked lost, and I haven't seen that out of him in 5 years. Hopefully, he can get a get right game this week at home against the Giants because this is the opponent to do so. But I won't say there's worry there for the Lions, but definitely something to look out for this week. Hopefully, Jared Goff can put that behind him. Then 5 through 8. 8 is the 49ers, and they move up 4 because, well, you destroyed the Cardinals on the road. Brock Purdy looks good. McCaffrey putting up an MVP type season. Juwan Jennings looked good. Kittle looked good. Pearsall looks good. Like all these guys are coming back. Now we're just waiting on Ayuk to come back, and when he does, this Niners team is going to be fully stocked, hopefully for the playoffs. Bills, like I said, beat the Bucks. They're moving up 4 as well. Texans on Thursday Night Football. If they can get that win there, 8-3, a commanding, or not commanding, but a big win there would put the pressure on the Patriots as they head into the weekend. Obviously, the Patriots are in the first place in the AFC East. And dropping out of first place is the Seattle Seahawks in the NFC West, going from tied for first with the Rams to now second. Game was a good one. It just didn't go in their favor here. They have a bounce back this week on the road at the Titans, which could be a letdown, but I doubt it. Sam Darnold looked lost as well, like he was playing for the New York Jets in this one against the Rams. So him and Goff looking to prove that it was just a 1 week fluke this week. And then the Colts at 5 come out of their bye week, no movement there. On the road at the Chiefs, we're going to see how this game plan evolves because Jonathan Taylor is having an MVP type season and making it a lot easier on this passing game. So they're going to look to see if they can carry that momentum here out of the bye week into week 12. Then 1 through 4, I don't think it's too much of a surprise here at number 1, 2, and 3 because the Rams, well, they were 1 last week and they won against my number 2 team last week. So yeah, of course they're staying at number 1. Patriots take care of the Jets on Thursday Night Football last week, and they move up 1 spot as TreVeyon Henderson has his best game of his career so far. Then the Broncos take care of the Chiefs in a game which I felt like they had to win to get over that hump. and really take that sole possession in the AFC West. Obviously, now with the Chargers losing as well, Broncos have a huge lead in the division, a 2-game lead as they enter their bye. Probably a lot better than they expected to be at this point in the season. Eagles at number 4 beat the Lions, they beat the Packers, so some two good defenses that they've had to play these last few weeks. Yeah, they only averaged 13 points in those games. Hey, wins are wins. The defense shows up, the offense does enough. That's all you can ask for here in regular season, just to stack them up. But tough matchup this week as they go on the road to face Dallas in Dallas. Obviously, week 1 we saw that it was a close matchup, but this Dallas team looks hungry. They got to get these wins sometime soon. So could be a possible upset there for the Eagles because I know they have struggled on the road in Dallas in recent years. But that's going to be it for week 12. Check back next week to see where your favorite team ranks. And until the next time, the Bench Buddies are out.